What is up, guys? It's Sky, and today is an off-the-cuff episode of Battlefield 1 Flight School. And today I'm going to discuss looping as a defensive maneuver, both vertically and horizontally. And this came about in my round of play today, and it's a lot more of a loaded topic than most people probably realize. And there's actually a Wikipedia article dedicated to air combat maneuvering, and I'll link that in the description. And I'll read straight from it. Pilots are encouraged to keep their maneuvers out of the strictly vertical and horizontal planes. And this is absolutely true in Battlefield. And this particular excerpt is referring to all maneuvers, not just loops. So right then and there, you already know that just looping horizontally or strictly vertically is a bad thing. And even looping diagonally is a bad thing. Basically, the problem with looping is that there's nothing lost and nothing gained. The three pillars of dogfighting are elevation, airspeed, and maneuverability. And the problem with looping is that it changes none of these things, and you pretty much just return back to the same place that you were before. And I'll show you an engagement at the end of the video where my opponent pretty much just loses the dogfight because he doesn't know about these things. And it's not to say that looping can't be effective. A lot of times, a good way to lose an inexperienced pilot is to just go into a loop. And even against a really good pilot, I would say that horizontal loops are better. If you know that you're not going to be able to lose your tail, just stick close to the ground and horizontal loop at a very high rate of speed. It's tough for your opponent to cut you if you're that close to the ground, and it can at least buy time until your wingman comes and gets your tail off of you, or a friendly AA comes and helps out. What you absolutely don't want to do is loop vertically, because while you're pulling up, it kills your airspeed and makes it a lot easier for your opponent to get on your tail. And actually, you may briefly build an elevation advantage over your opponent at the top of the loop. At that point, you may be able to turn around and do something with it. But if you continue to loop and go back down to the ground, then again, nothing lost, nothing gained, and you probably took a ton of damage from your opponent being on your tail while you were trying to climb. And as for the counter to the horizontal loop, you'll see in the gameplay here. As soon as I read that my opponent is horizontal looping, I just pitch straight up. And basically, both you guys will return to the same spot. And for your opponent, it's nothing lost and nothing gained. But for you, it's elevation gained. And you might be worried that your opponent is going to see it and turn towards you, but you'll have the elevation advantage on that situation. This is made even better if you spot your opponent before they turn out of view. And you'll see this guy thinks he has some tricks up his sleeve. He follows up his horizontal loop with a vertical loop. Again, nothing lost, nothing gained. He just killed his airspeed and maneuverability and made it that much easier for me to stay on target. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you learned a lot. I've got an attack plane versus fighter plane episode of Flight School coming, and soon after that, I'm going to touch on a big topic, and that's speed control. And that's something that's near and dear to the Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 stealth jet veterans. And I still get questions about it, and some people still swear it's in the game. Anyways, thanks guys. Catch you later.